Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with the Maiden of the brand new Freewing F-16 64mm. This is newly released from Motion RC, the first 64mm F-16 that they have released for Freewing. So yeah, we're going to get this guy up in the air here in a second. Couple of things with the plane. First off, I'm not going to use the landing gear on it, the fixed landing gear. I am going to be belly landing it. So for that reason, I don't have the ventral fins on it, because if I had the ventral fins on, there's no way I'm belly landing it without gear. It would just destroy the ventral fins, and it would probably nose my aircraft into the ground, which we don't want. So no ventral fins to begin with, and belly landing, no gear. This model actually does come with a working rudder on it, which is awesome. Another thing, this model actually also comes with reverse thrust. Alright, I'm not going to need reverse thrust here for this because I'm going to be landing it on the grass, obviously. So, but if you were flying this plane with the wheels on and you're flying and you have asphalt that you're landing on, the thrust reverse is going to help you out a lot there. It's pretty easy to hook up. It's just you got a throttle lead, and then you have an extra lead that comes off your throttle wire, and you're just going to plug that into an available port and just assign that to a switch. And basically you flip the switch and you throttle up, and it's going to throttle up in reverse. Really simple to set up, but it will help you for those long rollouts if you are landing on asphalt using gear. But we're going to be landing on grass here, belly landing it, so we will not be using thrust reverse on it. The other thing with this model is I'm going to flip this plane here upside down and hopefully not destroy it. But as you see, if you can see there, there's only one servo, or two servos, but just one for each side that's going to control both your ailerons and elevators. So the way you're going to set this up is you're going to set this up as like an elevon, kind of like you're flying a wing. So you set it up on the elevon setting, and one servo on one side is going to drive both your aileron and your elevator. So you see all control surfaces move up and down at one, and the right side for full right aileron, left aileron, you know what I mean, and so on. But just the one servo is driving it, and as you can see there, the one servo arm has both control arms going. I don't know how much I like that feature. We're going to find that out here in the air, see how it flies. In the future, if I don't like it, what I'm probably going to do is I'll just cut out a hole here and stick a servo right here, and then just drive the aileron with one servo, and I can do that on both sides. I'd rather have that, because these F-16s, honestly, I love to program my F-16s with flaperons, and within this configuration, you can't program flaperons, because if you were to program flaperons, all surfaces will do that, and I don't know if that's a good idea. But yeah, so one servo per side for your control surfaces, and obviously your rudder. And it does have a steerable nose gear, which we're not using. So all right, let's get this thing up in the air. It's going to be the Maiden. Got a little bit of a wind here, so hopefully we'll be fine with that. Now this is these Freewing planes, I already know that this EDF inside is pretty weak. You have your 2836 3300 kV motor inside there with a 12 blade impeller, and as the wind is blowing here because I picked my plane up, of course. But these Freewing EDFs and these 64mm, I honestly don't like them. They're kind of weak. So I'm probably going to switch that out with an FMS 3150 kV motor, which I do have with me here at the field. And I might actually get a flight with I might actually swap out the EDF and get another flight with it with the FMS setup inside, so that you guys can see the difference in power. So I might do that, barring no injury to the plane. Hopefully the plane comes back in one piece. I do have an AR 630 safe receiver in here. I have safe and AS3X on a switch. I also have my AS3X gains on the roll knob there, so that in case of anything, I can just either, if it wobbles too much, I can just dial it in with the roll knob, or just turn it off altogether by turning the knob all the way down. So all right, let's get this thing in the air. And we do have some wind, like I said, and it's just died down now. Every so often it just gusts up. So I have flown another plane earlier and in the wind, another jet, and it did pretty well, so hopefully this one will too. All right, so let's get this thing maiden. I'm not liking the power output of this EDF, but we're gonna hope for the best. So let's get this thing hand launched. It is a pretty aircraft. It's literally the scaled down version of the Freewing 70mm F-16 that comes in this same scheme. Everything is almost identical to the Freewing 70mm F-16 in a scaled down version. No pilot inside, which I don't like. I like the fact that the canopy's tinted there, but I don't like that they didn't put a pilot inside. So I might pop that open and put my own pilot inside. All right, let's get this thing airborne. So the winds just died down. Oh, all right. Man, that thing glides nice, actually. I am actually in safe right now. And she's way, way out there. We're trying to work on getting her back over here. All right, she's out of safe there. Oh my Lord. So it is very pitchy. I'm on the books high rates right now, and let me put the low rates on. Yeah, because those with the all the control surfaces going in one motion, it's got a nice little roll rate there. Oh man, I almost flew this thing into the trees, and I'm flying above my head into the sun. It's just kind of twitchy with the all those control surfaces going, moving in unison. The speed's actually pretty decent. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It is very light. It's a very, very light aircraft. For size comparison, it's kind of about the same size as the X-Fly T7. Maybe a little bit smaller, but not too small. And it just has such a extreme roll rate with those. The other thing too is I don't have the ventral fins on. So, those ventral fins for these F-16s make it kind of stabilize it a little bit. And without those ventral fins, it makes it a bit slippery in the air. It does have pretty decent power. I mean, it's a super light aircraft, so. But it does fly. Jesus Christ. Almost put it into a tree. It's kind of rolling to the right there. All right, let me get her back because she's like way out in space. So I got a bit of a nose down. And I can't find my freaking, and that's my timer. I'm gonna flip safe back on and try to get her landed if I can get her back. And I almost lost this plane. We're trying to get her back now. Take her out of safe because the safe is super wide, and I literally almost lost this plane. I'm gonna cut the throttle there. And that's just a bad landing. It was kind of coming behind me, and I knew that table was over there. I knew that table was over there, and I kind of just wanted to put it down because it was coming behind me. I should have just took the safe off, or just throttled. It was out of safe. I almost lost it way over there. I couldn't. The plane just didn't feel like it wanted to turn at all. So I took safe off, and I was able to get it up in the air and get it back in this direction, get it flying over here, and I was pretty much out of battery there, and it just kind of glided over there, and I think I thought I didn't have enough juice to get her to go back do a go around, and I knew that table was behind me, so I wanted to put it down, and it just pitched down. I honestly don't like the setup of that one servo driving all the control surfaces. I don't like that at all. And I ripped the nose off of it, which sucks because that nose is not that nose cone does not come off. It's not like, doesn't have a magnetic nose cone, so I'm gonna have to, and the pitot tube, I broke it off there, so I'm gonna have to glue that nose back on there. The wingtip rail piece there came off. And well, there you have it. It does fly decent. I mean, if you were to I kind of bent that wingtip, god damn it. If you were to maybe dial down the rates some, I don't know. I don't like all the control surfaces being run by just one servo. That I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I might just cut servos and just try and put the servos and drive, have one servo driving each control surface. I'd rather that, because that it just didn't feel right. I don't know, it just flew kind of funky. Power output actually was surprisingly well. It does glide nice and well. It does fly reasonably well. It really honestly does. It's just, I don't know how much I'm liking those control surfaces in the configuration that they fly in. It's just, I don't know, it felt weird. It felt like I couldn't turn it. Like right there when I went for the landing, it veered off to the left on me, and if you just give it right aileron, like, it just rolls so much. And I probably didn't use the rudder as much as I should have. I could have just ruddered over, honestly. These things happen on a Maiden where you're just kind of on edge, and yeah, and maybe I just wasn't making the best decisions out there. I did almost lose it out there. I literally thought the plane was gone for forever, because it went down behind those trees over there, and I couldn't see it at all. And I just yanked on the elevator. I actually took it off the safe, because the safe, I put it on safe, and I usually bump up the gain limits on the safe so I can have some turn authority, and it just felt like the plane just felt like it didn't want to turn at all. And maybe it's because of the way the servo function is on this plane, but it just felt like it didn't want to turn at all, and it just kept going way out there. I could barely see it. I took it off a safe and just hit the elevator up, and the plane luckily went up, because I couldn't tell if it was inverted or not. But the plane luckily went straight up in the air, and from there I was able to, guide the plane back, and without safe. So there's an instance where safe almost crashed my plane, and I had to take it off a safe to bring the plane back, because I almost literally lost it for forever. If it went down that over there and behind those trees, that's all woods back there, deep woods back there. There's no way on earth I would have been able to get back there to get this plane. It would have just been gone. But thankfully the plane's here. It has a couple of battle wounds there, but nothing major. That nose can just glue right back on easily. That's not really a big thing. And the wingtip rail, that I can just glue that back on easily. But yeah, that's the Freewing, brand new Freewing 64mm F-16 in not the best of conditions now. Yeah, there it is. I'll definitely fly it again and get more flights on the channel. But for now, that's it for me.